The times that you are not here in the tournament supporting me in real life, I know that you are supporting from the TV, from home. So all the support that you're giving to me is.
Sometimes the strongest stories in sports aren't told on the court, but in the quiet corners of family life. For Carlos Alcaraz, one of tennis's brightest stars, that quiet strength comes from his mother, Virginia Garfia Escandón. She isn't a coach, she isn't a former professional player, but she's the anchor that has kept Carlos grounded as his career has grown. Virginia Garfia Escandón was born in Spain and has lived most of her life in Murcia, the city where Carlos and his three brothers grew up. Unlike her husband, Carlos Alcaraz Sr., who was a tennis player and ran a tennis academy, Virginia did not pursue sports professionally. She worked as a sales assistant at an IKEA store, balancing work with raising 4 sons. Carlos is the eldest, followed by Alvaro, Sergio, and Jamie. While the men in the family leaned heavily into tennis, Virginia's world was more about keeping the household steady. Friends and reporters often point out that she is the only member of the family without a tennis background. Yet, she has perhaps had the most important job of all, keeping Carlos humble and grounded. Alcaraz's humility and simple outlook on life can be traced straight back to Virginia. Despite his fame, he still enjoys the small pleasures of home, a chocolate bar, a family dinner, or a pair of new sneakers. He once laughed about how his mother scolds him for bringing back too many suits from tournaments, and when it comes to food, he never hides his bias. In interviews, he admits that no matter what country he visits, "My mother food is always the best." In fact, a Netflix documentary showed that Carlos still lives at home with his parents and values those daily meals with his family. It's a detail that might surprise fans of a world champion, but it says everything about how important Virginia's presence is in his life. When Carlos won the Madrid Open on Mother's Day weekend, he didn't have a gift prepared. Instead, he wrote, "For you, Mom," on the Courtside camera. In his interview, he explained, "I couldn't buy a gift for her, so I hope she enjoyed the words. She's always supporting me at home, and for me, it's really nice to see her here." That simple gesture captured the bond perfectly. At nearly every major tournament, Virginia can be spotted in the stands, nervous during tough rallies, relieved after wins, and beaming with pride when her son points to her. When Carlos lifted the French Open trophy in 2024, he paused to thank both of his parents directly, recalling how he once raced home from school to watch Roland Garros on TV. Now, in front of them, he was the champion. Virginia doesn't chase the spotlight, but she's a familiar figure to fans. At Wimbledon, Roland Garros, and the US Open, cameras often find her in the crowd, sometimes anxious, sometimes smiling, but always present. She rarely gives interviews, preferring to let Carlos's achievements speak for themselves. Still, her quiet presence has led to memorable moments. After his French Open victory, Carlos's speech brought the spotlight directly to her. And fans still recall seeing Virginia's mix of joy and relief at Wimbledon in 2023, when Carlos beat Novak Djokovic in a stunning final. The Alcaraz household is very much a team. Carlos Sr. and the older brother Alvaro handle training, fitness, and travel logistics. The younger brother Sergio and Jamie are often in the stands, learning from their big brother. And Virginia sees the emotional center. She takes care of home life, ensures the family stays connected, and brings a sense of normalcy when the tennis circus becomes overwhelming. Spanish media once described her as someone whose husband and sons are her whole world, and it shows. From attending matches with her youngest children to welcoming Carlos's back home after exhausting tours, Virginia makes sure that the family remains intact, even when her eldest is a global sports star. Behind every champion, there's always someone who believed in them first. And for Carlos Alcaraz, that's his mother. Virginia Garfia Escandón may not hold a racket or coach on the sidelines, but her love, stability, and quiet strength have shaped the man the tennis world now calls a superstar. Her story reminds us that trophies and titles are earned on the court, but values and character are built at home. And for Carlos, that home begins with his mother. If you enjoyed this story about the heart behind the champion, don't forget to like this video, say your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories from the world of tennis.